What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Boston College lined up, ready to kick off and get things going. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Arizona State's offense will go on the attack first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Castro. Quickly complete. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Hey, QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
The Sun Devils are marching down the field. They'll try the run. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Hauls it in. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Converts on 4th down, still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. And the Sun Devils kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want them.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw, it's Castro. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in conference play.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you, so many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
11th play of this opening drive coming up at this one, a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a 3rd down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
Pocket breaking down. Finds the tight end. Breaks into the open. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
No need to get too cute there or overly creative. Just push the ball forward and get the first down.
I completely agree. I hate when people get creative. Just easy money, downhill, run the QB, get the first down.
Makes one man miss. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Unloads to the wideout. Picked off. Taking it the other way. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Sun Devils. And they turn it into a defensive score.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Gives it on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. The give to the lone running back. He was trying to reach the sticks, but he doesn't quite make it down at the 23. It's 4th down. Boston College will send out the punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
Offensively, you want to run that counter, right, to try to take advantage of hyperactive defenses, but just poor execution. Not a good job of understanding where I need to go when I bounce that thing backside, and it bounced outside.
Oh, he's got some space. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The run to the left. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air, it's Castro. Finds his target down the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
From the gun, running back on the move. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down.
Flip it.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Arizona State! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
What most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he's going to try to return this one. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
There he goes. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. It's complete. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Catches it at the 15. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Still on his feet at the 45. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front, paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour of catching passes, but doing some dirty work, too.
No doubt. When they get on those guys in the second level and get on those DBs, that's when you break those big, long runs.
Hands it off. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
The Sun Devils have it with a 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. From the red zone, looking for a man. Makes the grab. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. And the Sun Devils pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He might want another play. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's got the tight end. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to get it in. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Colorado steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnover.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. Going right to work up top. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. They get to the line quickly. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out quickly. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well. They've got him spread out on 2nd and 7, 2 wide out to either side. Back to pass. He's got it down the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Golden Eagles started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. The snap sets up the throw. Got rid of it just in time.
And I really like that decision by this quarterback. Listen, you've got a lot of downs here. It's 1st and goal. You're in scoring position. If you don't feel comfortable, throw that ball away. Live to fight another down.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And now after getting knocked back, they'll try it again, this time from the 5 on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Boston College. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And the offense had to have a drive. They had to put points on the board. 0 points until this drive. Down in this ball game. Needed to get some momentum. Gonna need a lot more in the second half if they want to win this football game.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
He rifles one deep to the left. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes in the back end that can cover, and they can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
Under fire. They'll knock him down, and that will take us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there today in Tempe than you do? And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
That's reeled in. It's Brewer. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third down, he drops to throw. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Boston College will send out the punt team.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on third down.
Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. With the catch, it's Henderson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking for a man. It's Castro. Gets it out fast. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking.
Brings him to the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
To the air on 2nd down. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona State. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
The Golden Eagles have it with a 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off play action on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it at the 20. Touchdown, Boston College! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line.
Let's go.
Got his man on the outside. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Handoff to the lone back. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Solid run on the last play. Gives this offense another first down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Looking to pass. It's Castro. Unloads it left. Got his man downfield. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Takes the easy completion. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Makes the catch. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. You get a play like that and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
This is an offense that has skill. They've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Looking for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly. And there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Going for the marker on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw. It's Castro. It's complete to the right. There he goes. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting and keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it. Keep getting those stats.
Oh, there's an alley on the left. Touchdown, Arizona State. A great catch and run for 6. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, we've got a final to let you know about, a game happening inside the ACC today. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. We expected to see a shakeup in the ACC. It's bound to happen in this kind of game. But this type of win is a serious statement.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He's got it. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Golden Eagles are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Grab near the sticks. It's Brewer. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. BC back to work after picking up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And how about the complimentary football? This defense getting another sack. They've already got an interception. Offense has played great. Both sides of the football together dominating this football game.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Gets away from one. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Boston College putting together a very efficient drive. Looking downfield on first down. Got his man. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Ball. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds a yard short at the 49.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Grabs it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The Golden Eagles, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs. I look for this offense to continue the physicality and hand that man the ball again.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves.
And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
And right down the middle. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass, it's Castro. Quick completion on the out. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
A little bit surprising, not going to lie. You got a big lead like this late in the game, and you're still throwing for it and being aggressive. But, hey, man, it's working. And if it's working, keep calling him, I guess.
Quarterback making checks. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Farrell. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. And the Sun Devils will try to punch it in on first and goal. Gets the back moving. He's got him in the flat. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in week 4. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. And they'll get him on the ground as Yaf. Out to start the next drive. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game...
Wide open spaces. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking to throw on first down. Working that left side now. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. They've got it inside the 30 at the 28. First down. They go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
Caught in the backfield, it's Brewer. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Looking to throw. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And, man, is that a just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Trying to find the end zone. After this, it'll be a wrap.
Jackrabbit. Ready, go.
The play action fake. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Yeah, I love the little play action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play action by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. No more room to run. They make the tackle right there, and the clock is at